Airtime World Soldier here, and I'm back to talk about Doctor Who's New Year's special and my thoughts on this episode. It was a bad episode. Like, really fucking bad. Like, what was the fucking point? There was no fucking point to this. Well, there was a point to this episode, but it had nothing to do with the Daleks. It had nothing to do with anything other than Yaz admits she's gay. That was all this episode was really about. Yaz admitting to John she's gay. And it's literally, who fucking cares? Because we already fucking know this. And the fact that in the end of this episode they don't even have the conversation, the Doctor tries to shrug it off. Like, what the fuck do they think they're doing with this? Like, I don't even think that you could class the Doctor as gay because she's a woman who was a man. So, I mean, it's... Oh, man. This was a bad episode, but commit to the gay stuff. Why bother? Why not just have the scene? Just have the scene with them. Have the Doctor explain to her why she can't get in a relationship. Because we've had this before with David Tennant and fucking, you know, all that shit with... Oh, I forgot her name. What is her name? Billy Piper. Sorry. Yeah, we've had this. They had the conversation. Like, why the Doctor cannot get in a relationship with a human fucking woman. Because there's literally... It's a bad situation because the Doctor's going to outlive that person. Like, there's no way the person is going to live as long as the Doctor. So, I mean, you keep doing this, Chibnall. You keep saying that the Doctor's gay or saying that Yaz is gay, but you won't commit to it. Just fucking commit to it already. Like, trying to keep dangling that, it just seems, I'm going to say it, homophobic. I mean, just get on with it. Like, we already know this is going to happen. We already know Yaz and the Doctor are going to have a kiss. Just do it already. It's pretty fucking stupid to keep dangling it. Just get on with it. You could have actually had a touching scene at the end of this. Yaz telling the Doctor she loves her. The Doctor having a conversation of why she can't commit to her. I mean, for God's sake, just do it already. Man. And other than that, the rest of this episode was just ridiculously pointless. Like, the Daleks being in this episode, like, why? And the only reason I can see that the Daleks are in this episode is because Chibnall can't write for shit and the BBC need to use the Daleks as much as they can because of the contract they have. Because if they don't use the Daleks enough, then they will lose control over the Daleks and the Daleks will go back to another company. So, I mean, if you're going to use the Daleks, would you fucking use them? I mean, this whole episode is just a Groundhog Day because the TARDIS is trying to clean itself of all the flux crap, apparently, and that's just given... Well, it's just started this fucking loop. And now the Doctor's got to try and destroy the Daleks because of the loop, because they're trying to kill everybody on Earth. And also, they've given the Daleks a new gun. Like... Why? It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous gun. You've never needed Daleks to fire a shit ton to be threatening. And throughout this entire episode, the Daleks didn't seem scary. The Daleks just seemed like they were just there for the ride. Like, do you remember the fucking days where when the Daleks were in an episode, it was the best episode because the Daleks were just that good of a bad guy? Like, those days are long fucking gone. Because Chibnall, again, he is not a sci-fi writer. He is a fucking drama writer. He has no idea what to do with them. I mean, this episode is just dull and stupid. There's nothing in here that... I mean, why are we having New Year's specials still? Like, they don't get that many views, and... The reason basically is the BBC don't want to do like Christmas specials with Doctor Who anymore because Chibnall is a cunt who doesn't want to, have Christmas specials because he seems to think that's racist or something. No fucking idea why. Well, probably also the BBC would get terrible ratings on the episode, but you think New Year's Day is going to be better? I mean, Christmas, everybody's at home, people want to be together with their families around a TV. That's the time to put Doctor Who on. And it's ridiculous. Like, the New Year specials have just been terrible. And we've had 2 Dalek specials on New Year's. And they've both been shit. This episode, there was no fucking danger in it. The Doctor just keeps joking around with the fucking Daleks. And it just feels like the Daleks are just not a threat anymore. I miss the fucking days where Daleks were threatening. I miss the days when we used to get good storytelling for Doctor Who. But this show, oh my god, it's lost so much. And the best part of it is this: we've only got 2 more episodes of Jodie Whittaker, and then we get Russell T Davies coming back. Now, I got a little bit of hope because of stuff he said, out on the internet. Like, he wants to get Doctor Who back on track. He wants to, keep. He's hopefully he's gonna try to make something entertaining for us to watch, because this was not entertaining. This was boring. And I just don't see the point of this episode. Other than Yaz is gay, and that's it. Again, if you want to do that, why not fucking have the episode with Yaz coming out as the Doctor? Just get on with it. We already know it's going to happen. I mean, for God's sake. But the rest of this episode, like the 2 other characters, the Irish woman and the black guy, I mean, there's not much to say about them, because they were there for either comic relief, which is terrible comic relief, by the way, because one of them's, I think, a comic, and a guy being very weird. So, again, it's just a bad episode. There's nothing here. There's nothing entertaining. Giving the Daleks a new gun is not going to bring that many people back on your side, Chibnall. I mean, it's just a dull episode, a waste of time watching it, and how much money was wasted on this? Because whatever you paid was too much. Just stop doing these stupid fucking New Year specials, because they're just never good. Go back to the Christmas episodes, because at least, they were fun. Christmas episodes used to be fun, exciting. And again, it's on a day where you're going to get the maximum viewership. So, again, I know I haven't talked much about the episode, but there's not really much there. The Daleks are trying to destroy the Earth. The Doctor puts them in a time loop and then has to destroy them, and then somehow that fixes the TARDIS. That was it. And that's it. There's not much to say. This episode was fucking pointless. And again, just dangling Yaz is just ridiculous. Just get on with it now. But yeah, that's the end of my review. There's not really much to say. It's Doctor Who. It's Chibnall's Doctor Who. It's shit. Okay? It's shit. It's just totally shit. If you want to waste your time on this episode, waste your time. But at the end of the day, there's nothing here. It was just a pointless episode on a pointless fucking day. I don't know if people are going to say, oh, it's New Year's. Like, yes. But why would you put Doctor Who there? There's nothing going to push people to watch this. A Christmas episode would be better. But at the end of the day, who fucking cares? Chibnall's on his way out. And he's just trying to, make sure he puts an agenda in there to make sure when he leaves, he can at least get all the woke rewards he can. And he probably will get woke rewards for this. But again, it's a terrible episode. It's boring. And just a waste of the use of the Daleks. And then to see the next episode, we're getting this, oh god, the Sea Kings fuck you. I mean, good God, how are they gonna fuck them up? It's. Oh God, but I think that's in like. Oh, I don't know. I don't know when the episode's coming out, but there you go. But at the end of the day, this is my review. It's a terrible episode, waste of time. Fuck you, Chibnall. And that's the end of my review. If you like this review, give it a like. If you dislike this review, give it a dislike. And do think about subscribing if you like my content. Have a fan of minutes, long live CG, and fuck SJWs. Bye.